stop downloading hacking tools. Because if I give you the most powerful hacking tool today, you still won't be able to use it. And that is the biggest mistake every cybersecurity student beginners make. Most of the people install Linux and open tools like Nmap, Burpsuit, Metasploit, like that, and run random commands. But understanding is nothing. No roadmap, no fundamentals, just only confusion. So in this video, I will give you the top 7 ethical hacking tools and what each tool actually does in real jobs, or when you should learn the tool, and a clear cybersecurity roadmap, so you don't waste months like most beginners make. And these tools are used by a security analyst, penetration testers, SOC teams, and some of cybersecurity professionals. So not for illegal hacking, but for protecting real systems. At the end of this video, I will tell you the correct learning order that can save you 6 months of confusion. So watch this till the end. Let's start. Let's start with the first and most important tool for every cybersecurity beginner, that is Nmap. If you don't understand Nmap, network security will always feel confusing. Firstly, what is Nmap? So Nmap is nothing but, imagine you entered a large building in the dark. You don't know how many rooms are there, which doors are open, which systems are running inside. So here, this Nmap does the same thing for a network. It helps you discover which devices are active, which ports are open, which services are running. All these things settled by this Nmap. So Nmap is not for an attacking tool. It is a network discovery and visibility tool. Now think like a security analyst. If you don't know what devices are connected, which ports are exposed, which services are outdated, then how you will protect the network? You can't secure what you cannot see, right? That's why this Nmap is used in corporate security, audits, vulnerability assessment, network monitoring, all these areas. Now let me give you a real world scenario. A company runs Nmap and finds port number 21 is open on a server. That means FTP is running, right? But the company doesn't use FTP anymore. This is a security risk because here outdated services can be exploited, right? So without Nmap, they would never know this port is open or not. So Nmap helps in the risk identification, not for hacking. Now here in this Nmap, most of the beginners make these things. They run Nmap commands without understanding. So first we need to learn what is a port, what is a server, what is TCP versus UDP. So all these basic terms you need to know. So without knowing this, then they said Nmap is confusing. So Nmap is not confusing. Skipping networking basics is. So and before learning this Nmap deeply, you should understand what is an IP address, what is a port number, what are some ports like 80, 443, 22, like that, port, sum of ports, and what is a server, what is a service. So all these basic terms you need to learn. Once you know this, Nmap output becomes very easy to read. And this Nmap is mostly used by network security engineers, penetration testers, SOC analysts, vulnerability assessment teams. So if you go a cybersecurity interview, basic Nmap knowledge is expected. So don't just learn Nmap directly, understand what it is showing you. Now let's move to the next tool. Now that you can discover devices using Nmap, the next question is what data is actually moving inside the network. For that we use a special tool, that is Wireshark. Imagine a highway. So this Nmap tells how many cars are on the road, but this Wireshark tells you what is inside each car. It lets you see data packets, source and destination, what protocols being used. So all these things will be determined by this. So in simple words, it is like a microscope for network traffic. Okay, what Wireshark actually does? So Wireshark captures and analyzes data packets. That means you can see which systems is talking to which server, which protocol is used, like a HTTPS, UDP, TCP, like that, and whether data is encrypted or not. This is extremely important for detecting suspicious activity. Now let's take a real SOC example. A system inside a company starts sending a traffic to an unknown external IP for every 5 seconds. That is normal for all. Using Wireshark, a security analyst can capture the traffic, identify the protocol, detect a possible malware communication, like that. But without Wireshark, this hidden activity would not be visible. So that's why Wireshark is more powerful. It helps in malware traffic analysis, detecting data exfiltration, investigation security incidents, network troubleshooting. All these things will be covered in this tool. So that's why it is widely used in SOC teams and incident response. But most of the beginners make some mistakes. Like many beginners open a Wireshark and see thousands of packets and immediately close it. That's normal. You are not supposed to read everything. Just you learn how to apply filters, how to look for specific protocols, how to analyze patterns. So all these things we need to learn step by step. Before mastering Wireshark, focus on basic networking, TCP or IP model, common protocols like HTTP, UDP, DNS, TCP, like that. And what is encryption, what is decryption, HTTPS versus HTTP. So all these basic things we need to learn. Then Wireshark become very easy. And also if you want to become a SOC analyst, incident responder, network security engineer, then Wireshark is must-know tool. In many interviews, you will be asked, how will you analyze the suspicious traffic? So simply, Wireshark is the answer. Then remember this, your system is constantly sending packets, that means data packets. So this Wireshark helps you see the invisible data packets. And in cybersecurity, seeing the invisible is a superpower. Okay, now let's move to the next tool. So far we talked about the networks, but today most attacks don't target networks first. They target web applications like login pages, payment forms, user input fields like this. So to test this, we use a special tool called Burpsuit. So simply just imagine you are sending a message through a server or courier. Normally the courier goes directly to the destination, right? But this Burpsuit works like a checkpoint where you can stop the request, inspect it, understand what data is being sent. So like that, it sits between your browser and the server. Okay, what this Burpsuit actually does? Burpsuit helps security testers like intercept HTTP request, analyze login functionality, observe how applications handle input, identify weak validations like this. So this is important because many vulnerabilities happen when applications trust user input without proper checks. Let's take a simple example. A website has a login form, okay, and a tester uses Burpsuit to capture the login request, study how the application process credentials, check whether the proper security control exists. This helps developers fix security issues that too before attackers can find them. So especially this Burpsuit is used for defensive security. Then why this is most important? If your goal is web penetration testing or else bug bounty hunting or else application security, then this Burpsuit is one of the most important tools you must know. Almost every web application security professionals uses it. But don't make these mistakes. Beginners open Burpsuit and see a proxy, repeated, intruder, scanner like this, and they feel overwhelmed. But here you don't need everything on day one. Start with the basic concepts like intercepting request, understanding request and response. So all these basic concepts. That's only enough for the beginner. But before learning Burpsuit deeply, you should understand how websites work, what is HTTP request and response, what are the headers, parameters, how login sessions work, cookies and sessions. So all these basic concepts we should know. Then Burpsuit becomes very easy. Then this Burpsuit is especially used by application security engineer, penetration testers, bug bounty researchers, security auditors like this. And it is a core tool in web security testing. Here remember this, web security is not about breaking website. It is about understanding how data moves between user and the server. And this Burpsuit helps you see that conversation also. And when you understand that conversation, you understand web security. Now let's move to the next tool. We just discussed the Burpsuit, right? Which is powerful web testing tool. But many beginners ask, is there any simpler tool to start with? Yes, that tool is OWASP ZAP. So that means Z Attack Proxy. But don't worry about the name. In simple terms, it is a beginner-friendly web security scanner. It helps you scan websites, detect common vulnerabilities, understand security issues automatically. Then Burpsuit requires manual testing, right? But this ZAP can automatically scan a web application, identify common risks, show alerts with the explanations. So all these things. So beginners can see the issues, read the description, understand the risk. So this makes learning much easier. And especially this ZAP used in DevSecOps pipelines, secure software development, initial security testing like this. And developers run ZAP before deploying their applications to detect security issues early. So this saves time and prevents future attacks also. So to learn this ZAP, step 1, open OWASP ZAP, then enter the test website URL, that too in a legal lab, right? Run the automated scan, review alerts and risk levels. Here we don't need deep manual testing knowledge to start learning. This ZAP helps you understand a common web vulnerabilities, risk severity like low, medium, high, that type of concepts, and secure coding mistakes, basic web security concepts. So all these concepts is must and should learn, and it's a learning tool, right? Not just for testing tool. And how it connects with Burp Suite. Think of it like this: a ZDP, beginner friendly, automated learning Burp Suite, advanced manual testing. So here start with ZDP, then move to Burp. That's the correct path. And this ZDP is used by security testers, developers, DevSecOps engineers, and some of QA teams also. So it is especially useful in organizations that follow secure development practices. If in case Burp Suite feels complex, don't stop learning. Start with ZDP. So cybersecurity is not about speed, it's about consistent learning. Okay, then let's move to the next tool. So far we tested web applications. Okay, but before testing the web application security, that to deeply, security professionals first check the web server. For that, we use a special tool called Nikto. So this Nikto tool is a web server scanner, right? It helps identify outdated server softwares, dangerous configurations, no vulnerabilities, default files and directories also. So it is used in the initial phase of cybersecurity professionals. Just imagine, think of a house. Before checking what is inside the rooms, you first check, is the main door broken or not? Is a window open or not? Is the lock outdated or not? So like that, Nikto checks the outer security of the server before deeper testing begins. Let's take a real example. A company website is running an outdated web server version. So this Nikto detects this immediately. An outdated server can have a publicly known vulnerabilities. So this security teams updates the server before attackers can exploit it. This is preventive security. In a typical penetration testing workflow, first use Nmap for network security, then use Nikto for web server security or web server scanning, then use Burp Suite or ZDP for application testing. So Nikto fits in the reconnaissance and initial assessment phase. So especially a beginner should not worry about memorizing every Nikto option. First, what is a web server? What outdated software is risky? What misconfiguration means? Why default files are dangerous? So first, concepts first, tool later. Then this Nikto tool is especially used by penetration testers, vulnerabilities analysts, security auditors. So like that, it helps in quickly identifying basic server tasks, a basic server risk. But remember this, Nikto does not hack a server. It only reports publicly no issues, so they can be fixed. This is why it is used in authorized security testing. Now let's move to the next tool. Now we come to the tool that most beginners are excited about it, that is Metasploit. But this is also the most misunderstood tool in cybersecurity. Many people think open Metasploit, press one button, system hacked. This is not how real cybersecurity works. So Metasploit is not a magic hacking tool. It's a vulnerability validation framework. Let's say simple example. Imagine a security team finds a broken lock on a door. So finding that broken lock is like as a vulnerability discovery, checking whether the door is actually open or not. So that is validation. So Metasploit is used for validation, not for random attacks. And this Metasploit helps in security professionals, like test known vulnerabilities in control labs, verify whether a system is truly at risk or not, understand impact level, and also demonstrate risk to organizations also. So this helps the companies fix real issues, prioritize patches, and improve security controls. If it is exploitable, the organization fixes it immediately. So this is defensive security testing. So here professional cybersecurity always follows legal boundaries. Then here what beginners should learn first. Before learning Metasploit, you should understand networking basics, operating systems, common vulnerabilities, how services work. So all these concepts we must learn. Otherwise Metasploit output will not make a sense. And this Metasploit is especially used by penetration testers, red team professionals, and security researchers also. So it is a part of advanced security testing, not beginner level daily work. So in simple words, Metasploit helps organizations see their real weakness before attackers do. Now let's move to our final tool, and that final tool is Hydra. And this tool teaches one of the most important topics in cybersecurity, that is password security. So this Hydra is used for password strength testing in authorized environments. So most of security teams uses it to check whether weak passwords are accepted or not, whether login systems have protection or not, whether account logout is enabled. So all these things will be determined by this tool. So Hydra is used to improve authentication security, not to break accounts. And many real breaches happen because of weak passwords like 123456, company name 123, like this. So if a system allows unlimited login attempts, it becomes a risk, security risk. So organizations use password auditing tools, So organizations use password auditing tools to ensure a strong password policies, login rate limiting, multi-factor authentication, two-factor authentication. So this is defensive security. Let's take a company example. The security team tests the login portal in a control lab. They check, does the system block repeated login attempts? Does it lock the account after multiple failures? Is MFA enforced? So if the answer is no, the system needs improvement. So this Hydra tool identify these weaknesses so they can be fixed. And before learning this Hydra tool deeply, focus on how login systems work, what is authentication versus authorization, why MFA is important, and what makes a strong password. So like that. So concepts first, then tool next. And this Hydra tool is especially used for penetration testers, identity and access management, security auditors, some of cybersecurity professionals. So in simple words, it helps the organizations test their authentication factors or controls. Now let me give you the most important part, that is the learning roadmap. And that roadmap we mentioned in this video description. Check it out. So we covered Nmap for network security or network discovery, Wireshark for traffic analysis, Burpsuite for web testing, ZAP for beginner scanning, Nikto for server assessment, Metasploit for vulnerability validation, Hydra for authentication testing. So the biggest mistake every beginners make is they try to learn all these tools at once. They install Kali Linux, open 10 tools and feel overwhelmed. So cybersecurity is not about tools, it's about understanding systems, right? So that correct learning path will mentioned in this video description, right? So check it out. And finally, remember this point. Tools don't make you a hacker. Mindset make you a security professional. So start small, stay consistent, build real understanding. So that's how real cybersecurity students' careers are built. Comment below which tool do you want a full practical tutorial on. See you in the next video. Bye bye.